I've spent over 40 years on the water, in the ocean, and it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot.
Spent a lot of time coming to the coast. Been doing a lot of fishing all my life. I've lived off the land. We didn't go out to dinner. We didn't go out to lunch. We got on the boat, or we pulled the clams out of the front yard. We pulled the shrimp net. We ate from the bounty of the sea, and that's how I was raised, and that's why this is so important to protect for my kids and their grandkids. Fishermen like Mark have been doing this all his life, and he knows the business, but it's not just business for him, it's passion. That's what I like about aligning with the fisheries or the farmers. Is this isn't just work. This isn't just a day at the office for Mark. This is his livelihood.
We're one of the last hunters. I mean, we're not farmers where you can go out to your field and get your cows or your chickens or your pigs. We have to go out and we actually, stop on top of the surface of the water and hope that whatever we drop down on wants to bite our hooks, and then bring it in and be able to go and market that at a value that you can go and sustain. Triggerfish was one of those species that we used to go and throw away or throw back many years ago. It wasn't one of the meat fish that we were looking for because it was a hard fish for everybody to go and clean, and they didn't know how flavorful it really was in the end. I remember one trip we came home, we had like 300 pounds. We go to this little restaurant and they'd buy every bit of it from us. And then finally everybody started realizing it was delicious fish, and we started marketing it, and there's nothing trash anymore. As long as it's fresh and it's good and it's delicious and you keep it in good quality, get it in the hands of you guys, and you guys can go and do magic with it, If it's a balanced ocean where you have a little bit of everything caught and not just one species going after it, but they all need to be protected as well. All right. So you want to go and do another species? Let's do the vermilion. Heck yeah. So I'll go ahead and get these scaled for us. We grade every single fish. That way, when the chef wants to go and run a whole fish, he's going to get what he's asking for. He's not going to go and get a carton of 1 to 2s and they're going to be all over the board. We know that if that's going to go and be a smaller fish, that he's not going to go and really fillet it, so we'll make sure we go and we scale the collar as well for them, and that way they don't have to worry about that. The biggest thing is making sure that they have to do as least amount of work when they get it. These fish are some of our biggest sellers because he's so soft and so delicious.
I've got an interested audience, I should say, in Rock Hill. 80% of our menu events was seafood.
Seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So
that's great.
It was great. I loved it.
For me, it's really neat to learn from other experts. I like to fish, but I don't do it for a living. So to be able to get on the boat, to get out on the water, to reel in these fish, and to have the bounty of the sea right under me, this is all I need to go make a full dining room happy right here. I am the owner and executive chef here at Kounter, and I am actually sitting at the counter. In 1961, 10 African-American gentlemen sat down exactly where I'm sitting right now. They ordered lunch. There were a few service and immediately stood up and walked to the back of this building, and right outside the back door in 1961 was the jailhouse. The judge was brought in the next morning, and they were given 2 options. They were given option 1 was to pay a $100 fine and go on about their way. Option number 2 was to do 30 days hard labor on the chain gang. One of the gentlemen did pay, his attorney paid the bail, so he wouldn't lose his scholarship to Friendship College. And the remaining 9 gentlemen decided to do the time, hence coining the phrase jail no bail. The jail no bail movement started to pick up around the Southeast and started to gain traction with the other sit-ins that were going on and started to be talked about by Martin Luther King, and they became known as the Friendship 9. Where I'm sitting, I'm actually sitting where one of the gentlemen, Mac Workman, was sitting on that day in 1961, and these are the original stools. This is the original footrail that they had their feet on. This is the original pink Formica top. We've left the nail holes, the coffee stains, everything from that day. It was just exactly the way it was left and it was walked away from. This was an old McCrory's 5 and dime back in the day. So this actually is the only working lunch counter left in the country. So this is actually sitting at a chef's table at dinner. Every day at 4 o'clock, this turns into chef on show, whether it's myself or my sous chef that's back here preparing meals. We do all our desserts back here. We do signature dishes back here as well. We didn't really have to do a whole lot to this fish for it to be what it was meant to be. We use local herbs and local citrus and everything to bring this full circle. We can serve this family style. We get something for everybody on there. But come down, hang out with us, grab a seat at the counter, and enjoy some good food. Enjoy some of the freshest product that South Carolina has to offer, and help these farmers and fishermen, you know, stay afloat and get inside more restaurants. I'm Chef Rob Masone, and I'm super proud to be a South Carolina Chef Ambassador.